Hey everybody, my name is Bayray and I welcome you to my first episode of my YouTube channel. I'm still playing with the name, but I'm thinking just like Bayray's Comic Room or Bayray's Comic Box. I want to welcome you and talk about comic books, stuff that I find in the wild, on Facebook Marketplace, online, at flea markets, at garage sales, and that's what I just love to do, comics and pop culture stuff. I just recently purchased a box of comics. I got it. A lady on Facebook Marketplace, I contacted her because she was selling a whole bunch of older comics really cheap. I bundled it up enough to make it about $85. I don't have a lot of money, but this was a good deal. So when I got there, she told me I've got this extra box of comics and I'll put it on for an extra 40 bucks. I'm like, fine, I'd love to do that. So we evened it out to at 120. And I want to show you what I got. Some not so good. Some really good. So let me start by showing you what I got. Here are some of the books that I got. We're going to start off with some of the less than stellar condition books. Let's start. There's a few of these that are really rough. We got Ghosts number 36. This book is pretty good, bad condition. Somebody wrote their name on the cover. Not very great condition. I'm going to give it to a friend of mine, but he is... he's a big Marvel and DC classic horror book fan, so I'm just going to give it to him. I also got this Dracula, where they wrote on the cover someone's name here and here. It's not a very great condition. It's really rough. The spine is rolled. This one is a shame. This is number 25, Tomb of Dracula. This is the first appearance of Hannibal King, the guy who was in Blade 3, played by Ryan Reynolds again. This is a really rough condition book. This spine is chewed up. It's rolled. It looks like someone just sat on this for 20 years. I also got, this one was actually in pretty decent condition. This is a Michael Kaluta cover from Ghosts. What number is this? This is number 93. This is a great condition. Love the 80s books. That's what I grew up on. That's what I read when I was younger. That's going to go to also to a friend of mine. Then you got this one with the world's worst rolled spine on this Star Wars book. It is in really bad condition. I don't think taking this apart and giving it a pressing. Oh, look. Oh, I didn't even notice that till just now. Okay, well, there's the centerfold. Pretty bad shape. It's fun to have, you know, it is what it is. So I enjoyed looking at it. Then we got this wonderful Superman book. This is number 280. They wrote on the cover, it is someone got hungry and took a bite out the back. It is in really rough shape. Then we got this other Superman book. I don't even know what number this is. I think this is 281. I don't know. The piece is falling out the cover. And it is in pretty bad condition. It doesn't have ink in it, but it is pretty bad. We got this Defenders where they wrote on the cover in the title, staples are hanging on by one's hanging on by a thread. It's pretty bad, but this is cool. I love the ad in the back for the Halloween masks, but this is in bad condition. Cull number 12. Once again, they drew on the cover. I also got this, breaks my heart. This is Doctor Strange, Marvel Premiere number 8. They wrote on the cover again, and it isn't pretty. Oh, look, there we go. I might give this to somebody if somebody wants it. Comment below, and maybe I'll just do a giveaway. Okay, this is the first mention of X-51, who became Machine Man. And that's not colored, that's them. Somebody just decided to ink that themselves. Classic Jack Kirby. It's such a shame. I love Jack Kirby's art. That's why he's the king. Tales of Evil, number 1, introduction of the Bog Beast. The cover's still attached, but it is rolled pretty badly. Now, these are the crappy ones. Trust me, I am going to get to the good ones. Tales of the Bog Beast. Also, Tales of Evil, and they wrote their name on the cover as well. It is in pretty horrible condition. Adventure Comics, Aquaman. Somebody wrote on Mike. Mike's name is on the nose of the shark. That is a very human-looking shark. Losers. I love a good war magazine. This is a cool magazine. There's only one issue with this issue. The Joe Kubert art is just amazing. This is the issue with this issue. It's kind of a little ripped. I don't think a good cleaning and pressing could fix this, even if I wanted to. Now, this is my favorite comic book character. I don't know if you notice, I'm wearing a Thing shirt. I got my Things behind me. The Thing is my favorite comic book character of all time. This is Marvel 2-in-1, number 59. The cool thing is, this was the first book that I actually bought of the Marvel 2-in-1s. I have a full run of this. I've got some autographed books. It's just really cool. I loved it. Unfortunately, I do have this, and I got one in a better condition. This one's not too bad. They're getting in better condition. DC Comics presents Superman and the Atom. This is number 15. This is actually in decent shape. There's some tape on the back cover. I don't know if you can see that. Adventures of Superboy, number 17. This is number Justice League number 126. Once again, Evel Knievel on the back. Really rough condition. World's Finest, where someone took a bite out the cover. World's Finest. I can't even, the number's gone. Baron Woodruff's Haunted Library. I love the old Charlton books. These are fun. They're a good read. And you can find them pretty inexpensively. And then we got the all-new Beetle Bailey from Charlton is number 107. I love the classic. He's just standing on there. I'd be like the Sarge. Adventures on the Planet of the Apes, the classic Marvel series. And they just got them back when they bought 20th Century Fox. And the staples are barely hanging on. It's a rough condition. Rom, what number is this? Rom number 2, second appearance of Rom the Space Knight. They're actually going to do another crossover with IDW and the X-Men coming up soon. This is a one-shot. What if Iron Man was a traitor? Also, we got some Gold Key Lone Ranger books. This has got a really rough rolled spine. 15-cent cover. Is this even attached? Oh, one of them's attached. That's something. But great painted cover. I love the painted covers. But that is a great painted Lone Ranger cover. I love that. What can you say about it? It's a great cover. Now we got this two-part series. We got the Armageddon 2001. They're always trying to one-up back in the 80s, and they still are in DC, trying to recreate the Crisis legend. Armageddon 2001, special number 1 and special number 2. This was the first appearance of Wave Rider. This where you found out that Monarch, who's going to kill everybody, is actually Hank Henshaw, who is Hawk from Hawk and Dove. Okay condition books. They're not really worth a lot. But still, got the first issue, the Conan the Barbarian movie special. I believe this is 1982 is when this came out. It's actually in pretty decent condition. 60-cent cover. I like it. I'm going to have to try to find myself number 2 in the collection. Now, a couple of more modern ones. We got the $6 Million Man. I believe that's an Alex Ross cover. I love that. Couple of Alex Ross covers. Season 6. This is where the TV series ended, and this is supposed to where it takes place as take over. This is issue number 2. Some Alex Ross painted covers. Just amazing. Captain America 184. We got the Red Skull on there. It's also with Falcon. But unfortunately, they wrote on this cover as well. I've got Shogun Warriors number 11. I loved these books. Classic 80s fun stuff. Defenders number 36. This one's actually in pretty decent condition. The spine is a little rolled, but nothing that a person who can press books can't fix. Also featuring the new Red Guardian. Red Guardian's making a comeback in the new Thunderbolts movie. Captain America. Who the heck? That's Captain Marvel. The original Captain Marvel with Ronan on the cover. Oh, Joe, I just realized, though, I thought this was in great condition. I thought the R was in different color. No, the R is just covered in ink. That's disappointing. Okay, now we go on to the slightly better books. I got this stack of Iron Man. So I got, starting with 94. Great cover right there. This is the first appearance of the second Guardian versus Machine Man. Machine Man's odds are not looking good. with Captain America. And this one is number 73. This is where Stain takes over Tony's company. Classic, all of the armors. This is a great Bob Layton cover. I love that. Now the Bob Layton cover with the silver and red. Now this is Barry Windsor Smith cover. Look at that. That is beautiful. It is also the last issue of the Armor Wars. Now, the second stack of great books, I've got a whole stack of Saga of Swamp Thing. Now, this is before Alan Moore took over as the writer. So we got number one, from that fantastic Swamp Thing movie. These are some amazing covers, though, even though they're not part of the Alan Moore storyline. You got some great covers here. This is a straight line of number 1 through 13. Look at those covers. They're beautiful. Swampy. I think my favorite cover is coming up in this stack. That's a great cover, too. That is, to me, is a throwback to the original series. This one, look at that. That is beautiful. I'm not sure who did the cover on this one. Their name's on that on the front. But still, that is a beautiful cover. And then the third big stack I got a whole bunch of Batmans, but I also got this stack of Detective Comics. Nothing ever wrong when it comes to Batman Joker on that one. Now, I did take one of the detective books and stick them in with the Batmans because it went with the storyline. Now, I love this cover. This is the anniversary issue, number 627, the 600th issue of Detective with Batman in it since his first appearance. This is a throwback to the original Detective Comics number 27. That is a beautiful cover. Okay, on to the Batmans. There are 47 different Batman books. Now, it starts at issue number 425 and just goes up from there. So starting off with number 425, Batman hanging out in the junkyard. Now, this is a 3-part storyline written by the amazing John Byrne, The Many Deaths of Batman. I had these back in the day as well. Great book. Okay, now on to a couple of storylines. This is Batman Year 3. Luckily, 1 and 2. I got 2 of the first issues from number 436. Great storyline. A lot with Robin in there. Great book. Year 3, there's Disco Dick right there with his chest hanging out. Not a big fan of that incarnation of Nightwing's costume. And then there's The Lonely Place of Dying. This is a 5-part miniseries within the series. It goes within the New Titans as well. I got 2 issues of this one as well. That is an awesome cover. Disco Dick. And the last one, this is the first appearance of Tim Drake in the original classic Robin costume. It is before the other one. This is still very classic 70s and earlier Robin costume. Keeping in the 400 issues, we got 443. I gotta get the right angle. I'm still trying to figure out this whole lighting thing. I just got to make sure I got the right angle. Now, this is one where I got one from the detectives. This is the Penguin Affair, Part 1. Part 2, that was the detective book that went in there. And Part 3. Now, this is kind of cool. This is the first appearance of Curtis Bass. He is a corrupt businessman who tried to take over the Joker legacy, and it didn't really work. But the classic Joker chin, that is beautiful. I love that cover. Number 452, Mike Mignola. You know, if you don't know who he is, that is the creator of Hellboy. His art, he's just one of the, and still one of the best artists in the comic business. This is great with Joker. If you look at the art, you can see Hellboy written all over that. This one is kind of very key. This is the first appearance of Tim Drake as Robin in his own costume. These books are going to end up on my eBay page and my Mercari page. You can, if you want them, you can find them there. Also, don't forget to like and follow to see more comics. Now we are in the 460s, 461. This one I got two of the same book as well. I just threw them in there just to save bags and boards. It'll all be separated later. Batman. Now this stack that I got stops right before the breaking of the bat when Bane broke Bruce's back. The Shadow Box, that's part 1. Killer Croc right there, that's beautiful. Now this is a minor key. This is the first appearance of Renee Montoya, who became the Question. She was a cop in Gotham. She also was seen in Batwoman, the TV series, and she was also seen in the Birds of Prey Harley Quinn movie. Now I'm going to put this stack down so I can connect these two. They're connecting covers. They're 477 and 478. Oh, shoot. Trying to... There we go. Make one big cover. I love it when they do those. It's over 47 books of this Batman storyline. Black Mask. Now this is when they started getting ready to go to break Batman's back. That was a great run of Batman books. Like I said, all these are going to be available on my eBay page. This is a full set of Robin's miniseries. His first one, you know, with Tim as Robin. There is some minor keys in this as well. Not an overly expensive. And then when they started doing Robin 2 and then Robin 3, they started doing all the holofoil covers and holograms and stuff like that. You can't pass up on a huge box of original Marvel Star Wars. Now, this is Star Wars #1. Now, this is not the first print. It is a reprint. In fact, if you look real close, it says reprint. Now, these were available in a 3-pack that you were able to get at the dollar store. Well, they were called 5 and 10s before there was a Dollar Tree. 99 cents for a 3-pack. Now, are these worth a ton of money? No. They're worth about $40 in mint condition, but still, this is another one of the 3-packs. This is what is that, number 10? Number 10. That's when it goes to the regular storyline. This is also part of the 3-pack. They sold them in 3s. 1, 2, 3. Another one. You also could tell from the diamonds. When the big diamonds are in the upper corner, these are all reprints of the original series. We started going to the diamonds in the late 70s, early 80s. Okay, then you got number 24. This is the first solo Ben Kenobi book. Some really great covers. Oh, that's a duplicate. Over 70 books from the original series. I couldn't believe it. This is the first meeting of Luke and Vader. They never met before in the movies, so this is the first time they met in the comics as well. This is a classic cover of Leia versus Vader. That's a great cover. I love that one. This is the Death of Jedediah. It is also The Last Jedi. First full appearance of IG-88 in the comic, not just the little cameo in Empire Strikes Back. This is the first full appearance of IG-88 and the first, well, technically, a second cameo of Bosk. I ended up getting almost a full run of all the original Marvel Star Wars books. Then we go on to, this is into the 50s. This is the first appearance of Shia Bree, who becomes the Dark Lady of the Sith. That's a minor key over there. Now, not all of these are key books, but they're great for the set. I cannot wait to put them out there. This probably could use a good pressing, though, that one. Now, a lot of these, if you can tell, right here, that's the barcode that are newsstand. So these are a lot of these are technically variants because the majority went to comic book stores. The rest went to your 5 and dimes, your drugstores and stuff like that. So that makes them more valuable because there's less of them out there. Sometimes they'll have a little picture in the corner. Now this is a major key. This is the second appearance of Boba Fett in a flashback. And it is also the first mention of the Mandalorian in the Star Wars books. That is a newsstand variant. It makes a big difference. This is also the Mythosaur. I don't know, that's a silly name for it. But that is the skeleton that appears on all the Mandalorian's stuff. It also has the tattoo still in there. There were tattoos in that as well. This is the first full appearance of Bosk in the comics. You first. Now we're in the 80s. Well, number 80. This is a very big key book. This is when Boba Fett escapes out of the Scarlet Pit. And it also is the newsstand variant. I have a really bad feeling about this. Vader is dead. Long live the new Dark Lord. This is the first full appearance of the Dark Lady of the Sith. Lemira, I think is her name. Lemira. Okay, this is a minor key, and it's a throwback to that horrible Star Wars holiday special. This is the first appearance of Chewbacca's dad, Mala, and his son, Lumpy. I don't know. That's a minor key right there. That's a cool looking cover. An Ewok. Now, this was the first appearance of the Ewoks in the storyline, the canon line. The Return of the Jedi was just a miniseries. It was not included with the original Star Wars storyline. This is the 100th issue. Unfortunately, it's not a key, but it's a very cool painted cover. And then the last few issues. I wish I had the last issue, which is a key. Hard to find, low print. Okay, now I'm going to go and show you the books that I am keeping from my personal collection. These will not be going on my eBay store or my Mercari store, but here are the ones that I am keeping. I've got a small stack of 4 Star Trek from the original Whitman and Gold key books. Still got the sticker on there. Very cool books. 4 of them, 5 of them, I mean. I got to try to finish my entire run of these. I'm also trying to finish my Spidey's Super Stories. These is a combination of Marvel and the Electric Company from the 70s. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of The Thing, and I got a small stack of really great Fantastic Four books. You got, Reed, looking a little old there, Reed, a little bit more than gray. Classic Terrax. And they're classic John Byrne cover. This is an amazing cover. I've always wanted this. This is a great cover. It's just one of those things you wanted to always get. Now, this is the first appearance of Frankie Ray, who is the second herald of Galactus after the Silver Surfer. Nova is her name. That's a cool one. This is a classic John Byrne cover. They even made reprints of these just recently because the cover is such classic and a great storyline and a great combo of all 4 of them in Doctor Doom. I'm also trying to finish my What If run. Some really cool What If Doctor Doom was a hero. What if Daredevil was an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. and they also got a Ghost Rider backup story of that one. What if the Avengers defeated everybody? What if Spider-Man's clone lived? We know what happened to Spider-Man. He became Ben Reilly. Now, this one is the first What If book I ever bought. I'm glad I got it back. What if Wolverine killed the Hulk? Spoiler alert, at the very end, Magneto controls Wolverine's adamantium and causes himself to stab himself in the neck with his claws, and he dies. I guess they didn't know about his healing ability back then. That's a no prize right there. What if the Avengers became pawns of Korvac? The whole Korvac saga was an amazing storyline. What if Dazzler became the Herald of Galactus? And what if Iron Man was stuck in with King Arthur? I spoke to Bob Layton once, and he said that the storyline with Iron Man in the King Arthur days is his favorite storyline that he drew. The What If joke issue, you see Wolverine scratching himself like a dog there. That's cool. What if Elektra lived? 3 or 4 issues after this, Elektra came back to life. What if the Beast and the Thing continue to mutate? That's a great storyline. I love that one. I don't know what the story is here, but What If, featuring Daredevil, Captain America, and Vision and Scarlet Witch. 3 short stories in one big book. Like I said, these are the books that are going in my collection. $6 Million Man, classic Charlton books, some great painted covers. That's good. Now, Whitman did a whole bunch of reprints. This is a Batman. The cover, the number's not on the cover because Whitman didn't put a number on him. I did put a sticker on him. This is Superman 326, Action Comics 466, all with the Whitman logo. I actually already had this one. I'm going to see which one is better to put in my collection. Classic Wonder Woman. And everybody loves the Super Friends. I already got this one in the regular issue. Now this is the first time I got a Whitman one. Now I'm going to show you some of the major key ones I got. A couple of are minors, but still a fun book. Batman Family, where Dula Dent is Two-Face's daughter, but takes on a persona of the Riddler's daughter, the Joker's daughter, the Penguin's daughter, all in the same issue. This is the first appearance of the man who became Cyborg Superman in the Death of Superman series. World's Finest, most of them aren't worth anything, but this has the 4th appearance of Black Adam in the DC Universe. Great Bob Layton, Hercules, his first miniseries ever made. No Spider-Mans, except for this one. This is the only one. This is the first appearance of Manslaughter. I loved that this was in here. I wish the first issue was there, but Wolverine #2. That's a classic Frank Miller cover. The last issue and death of Ghost Rider. Well, not Johnny Blaze, but the death of the ghost itself. Now, here's the 2 big key books that I got. Which one should I go first? Which one should I do first? Okay, I'm going to do first appearance of Jennifer Walters, the She-Hulk. There's a smudge there. You could see it. It goes into the book. It colors the inside of the comic. I'm going to get this pressed and cleaned right now because of that stain. It would probably be a 5. Hopefully, after a good cleaning, this will get it bumped up to at least an 8 and maybe even higher. I might make a future video on what it's going to look like. And this one, the classic, G.I. Joe, a real American hero. First appearance of G.I. Joe in the Marvel Comics, and it's still going today. This is a major key. Now, these books are all going to be available on my eBay page and my Mercari page. Check them out. You can get them if you want them. I hope you stuck through the entire video. I'm going to be coming in and showing you stuff from my yard sales that I get, from flea markets, from anywhere I could find some cool collectibles. I always like to close out with the truth. Remember, reading comic books is still reading. Hope to see you on the next video. Please comment and like for more.